And just like that, it all comes crashing down. Knicks lose by, I don't know, a lot of points. I was just texting with somebody, an avid Knicks fan, longtime Knicks fan. This game happens, like we've watched this game for 20 years. We've watched this game for 20 years. The game where you're looking at it and you're like, this is the game. This is the game that's going to show us we're there. We've arrived. Nope, not so much. It's a terrible loss. It's a really, really, really bad loss. There's no way to sugarcoat it. There's nothing positive to take from this. I know they tried really hard on defense and they made an effort there whenever it was where they were, the bench was like, it was like, oh God, just such ugly basketball. But there's nothing good to come from this loss. You had a chance to go 500 and you didn't do it. And they played like I feel, because I had my second COVID shot today and I feel like shit, and they played like shit. Obviously the story after the game, and I should probably get the Zoom up, for Tom Thibodeau is going to be, why did you not put RJ Barrett back in the game? And to a lesser extent, but equally as valid, why didn't you put Elfrid Payton back in the game? When the bench clearly didn't have it, Derrick Rose clearly didn't have it, Emmanuel Quickley clearly didn't have it. You know, he does this. He's left Barrett on the bench because he wants to get more shooting in the lineup, and he wants. It's not about, because you could look at Burke's numbers and you could look at Barrett's numbers over the last, whatever it is, 20 games, 15, 20 games, and say, well, Barrett's been shooting as well from three as Burks, and well, the percentage maybe indicates that Burks is obviously theoretically more of a threat because it's quick release and teams fear him out there and the whole thing. But it didn't work tonight. And if you're the coach and you get credit from guys like me when you win games, even if you do things that are questionable, if you do things that are questionable and you lose games like this, you get the blame. And Tibbs has to get the blame tonight because he pushed the wrong button. It didn't work. Quickly didn't have it. Burks didn't have it. Rose didn't have it. No one really had it other than Randall, who's, again, an all-star, and even he went a little cold in the second half. Would Barrett and Payton would it have made a difference if they had went in the game early in the fourth quarter? I don't know. Probably not. They lost this game with the Magic shooting. I don't know what the hell the Magic shot from 3-point range, but I guarantee you it was, if not their best performance of the season, one of their 2 or 3 best performances of the season from both a frequency standpoint, and they also fired away a lot. Terrence Ross has games like this where he just doesn't miss. That was one of those nights, and Fournier's been out for the Magic, and he was back tonight. But look at me. I'm making excuses. You can't make excuses after that. You cannot look at this as anything other than a terrible, awful, brutal, shitty, disappointing, dispiriting loss. That meant something. It meant something because, again, what 500 would have represented for this team, it would have meant a lot. It would have meant a lot, and they didn't get it. So that's all I have to say. I really don't have anything else to say about this game other than that. I don't know how you're supposed to win a game when you go 15 straight shots in the, without making a basket. Kane Marco, Tibbs' refusal to adjust to what's happening on the floor is why he's never won a championship. Until proven otherwise, it's a valid comment. He is someone that believes in process. He is someone that believes in consistency. He is someone that believes in, he says it all the time. He says it every other press conference. He says it. It's about the work. It's about putting in the work. And his philosophy is, if you put in the work, good results will happen. And he does not believe in, well, we put in the work and, it's not going well, so we're going to change it up. he thinks whatever quite literally, preach what you practice what you preach. I don't know how that's supposed to go, but you're right. He's not going to switch it up on the fly. He's not going to switch it up on the fly. That's not his way. I mean, he has slight adjustments, but he goes with things that he believes they have, worked on enough, and they work in practice and they'll work in a game. Yeah, there we go. Somebody just had it in the chat. I appreciate whoever put that there. Let me get that. Joshua Richards, Magic, 47% from 3 on 34 attempts. Knicks, 25.9% from 3 on 27 attempts. That's actually not as big of a discrepancy as it felt like, but I guess that's probably due to those couple of Burks threes towards the end, because until then they were shooting under 20% from 3. So, they're going to go back and they're going to watch this one, and I'm curious to see what they come up with. They may just write it off as like a bad game, but, Breeden even said it on the broadcast. It's funny. It's not like they played without effort tonight, but there has definitely been a spark, a verve, a something that they have sometimes, and they don't have every time. But that's like every team. But again, for this team, if this team wants to be a 500 team, they need to outwork everybody. They can't get away, even against a shitty team like this, and the Magic are a shitty team. You can't get away with going out and just kind of playing the commensurate level of effort. You have to go over and above. Otherwise, you're going to lose because you don't have the offensive players. Kyrian Flood, is Terrence Ross a Knick killer? I'll tell you what I'd like Terrence Ross to be. I'd like Terrence Ross to be a Knick. He's an expiring contract. I don't know that the Magic are going to have some kind of fire sale, but like, of all the guys in the league that I could see being readily available and they wouldn't have to overpay for, and like, that's a guy I wouldn't mind paying him whatever his next contract is. He's kind of a feast or famine guy, but I've always liked Terrence Ross. He could shoot you out of a game. He could win you a game. Anyway, just a thought. What else do we got? Richard, Born Vanek, bad loss for sure. We will have them. Some nights everything goes south, especially stuff that has been going well. Law of averages. Yeah, I agree. It was really frustrating because here's the thing. They came out tonight and you're like, holy shit, they're actually going to make this easy. And they went up by 12, and it was like, but you know what? There were also even moments during that hot start where you watched and you're like, they're not crisp. Even the starters before the bench came in, they were not crisp. A couple of, just moments where the offense was a little off. They were just hitting shots, so it made up for it. That's the thing with the Knicks, this year's Knicks team. When they come out and they're going through a period of time early in the game where they're just hitting shots, I almost get worried because they are never, ever, ever going to continue doing that the whole game. They don't ever do it. Latrell Sprewell is the American dream. Why was Derrick Rose taking such tough shots? Because he's Derrick Rose and he doesn't process all the time that even though the name on the back of the jersey is the same, the guy who won the MVP left the building a long time ago. And through whatever it's been with Rose, I guess this is the 5th game. Through the first 4 games of Rose, we've seen a couple moments where he's taken some shots that weren't great, but not a lot. For the most part, it's been good ball movement. He's played off it quickly really well. Tonight was the first time that he was like going one on, he was trying to do it all. And it was clear. And I don't know why he made that change. I thought he has been resisting the urge thus far. He needs to continue resisting that urge because he just took some god-awful shots tonight. But Quickly was also bad. I mean, let's call it like it is. Most everybody was bad. But again, Quickly's a rookie. He's going to have those nights. I'm not going to hold that against him. I actually didn't mind that he kept shooting because the shots that he took were pretty good shots. Although some of his forays into the lane reminded you, again, why the guy was drafted where he was. There's still a part of his game that's a little weak. We should just stop playing in Florida. I agree. Let's never play in Florida again. Yeah, anytime. You're welcome. What? Tyler Michaels, the chat has somehow become about. Are people really talking about Frank? I can't tonight, guys. I can't with the Frank stuff. I don't know. I don't know what you want me to say. Like Frank was going to win them that game. Come He'll get a chance. It's just going to be with a different team. And I disagree, actually, that Frank would lock up Ross. I don't think anyone was locking up Terrence Ross tonight. All due respect. He had a game. When Terrence Ross is going like that, there aren't 5 guys in the league who could lock him up. The ball movement was terrible today. That's what killed us. I completely agree. I don't know why I closed out my my MSG Go page, but I don't know how many assists they had tonight, but it felt like one of the lowest assist totals of the season. But that's like what's going to happen when you have a team that is still kind of not quite sure of itself. They're going to resort to one-on-one. And actually, to be perfectly honest with you, I don't think they resorted to one-on-one even when things weren't going well. I think they still attempted to move the ball. They attempted to move the ball, but they were not moving. And there wasn't, again, I always resort to this word. There was not that verve to the offense. The Knicks tonight had 16 assists. My God. To the Magic's 27. So yeah, you are probably not going to win a game when you get out-rebounded, have 11 fewer assists than the opposition, shoot 38% to their 46, and then turn the ball over 16 times. Probably not a formula for success. But let's see how they respond. Bobby Washington, Macri, I swear we can't get more than a 3-game winning streak one of these days before I'm dead, hopefully. God willing. I think the team has turned a corner. I would be very surprised if they came out on Sunday and played without absolute maximum effort for 48 minutes. I'd be really surprised. Because I think Tibbs is going to ream the you-know-what out of him over the next couple of days in practice. And I do think they have figured out a lot of stuff. It just, missed a lot of shots tonight, and they didn't give that little bit extra. So we'll see if they do it next time. Hung out at Disney World for a little bit too long. Good comment from Christopher Seacrest. What else do we got? Orlando's defense felt oddly similar to the Knicks' Tibbs-Clifford connection. Yeah, that's the thing about this team. There are teams in the league where you could, you don't need to play with maximum effort to beat. A Steve Clifford coach team is not one of them. That dude, and I guarantee you when Tibbs comes on here and starts talking, he's going to say something to the effect of, Clifford had them ready to play, and I did not have our guys ready to play. Something of that nature. What else do we got? Give me some other questions. NYCE718, Macri, I would rather not dwell on this loss. What are your side effects from the second COVID vaccine? I feel like shit. I feel like I have the flu. That's about it. I don't know what else to say. It makes you feel like shit. This game shows why the Knicks need a second guy, from Carlos Matos. Why not Oladipo? We need to get him. Oh, man. The numbers on Oladipo are just really not pretty. I think the Rockets are going to want a first-round pick. And that guy likes the ball a lot. And on that note, Mr. Tibbs is here. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'll see you later.
Coach, just what you saw